Who here thinks Timothy was snubbed at the Oscars?
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Hello and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 131 of On the Phone with KCK, and I am KCK, obviously. Thank you for returning. If you're new here, why don't you go ahead and subscribe for me? Help me out just a little bit. Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to like the video, go for it. Welcome, I'm Casey. I am a person who is kind of obsessed with pop culture, and I don't know, I would say movies in particular. I guess music too, but I feel like I'm better at talking about movies. So we'll talk about both. We'll talk about movies, we'll talk about books, we'll talk about music, TV shows, just pop culture in general, just stuff that happens that will set in stone in the pop culture zeitgeist forever. I don't even know if I use that word correctly, but you know what I mean. Anyway, today we have to talk about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, specifically our hatred of Dadtok, minus Connor, and Chase. I'll throw Chase in there too. Billie Eilish's concert movie has finally been announced. That will be very interesting to watch. Third/fourth installment of a TV or a movie franchise that we all love. The apparent severance package of David Zaslav, who is the Warner Brothers CEO, which is astonishing. And yesterday, as of this recording, one of the world's most favorite CEOs, probably one of the best CEOs, honestly, of all time, has finally resigned. This time, probably for good, unfortunately. There's a rumor that a certain billionaire wants to recreate Jurassic Park, like in real life, literally. Which star has been fired from Selling Sunset and which fan favorite is returning? And Lollapalooza has been announced. I feel like this is the 50th one they've done this year so far, and it is a star-studded lineup. All right, first I'm going to get into the movies and TV shows and stuff that I watched this week. As of this recording, tomorrow, Hannah Montana, the 20th anniversary, will be out into the world, and I don't know, I can't wait. I'm curious to see how it goes. As we all know, it's just like a kind of like an interview type thing, and then they go back into the archives and just like reminisce about stuff. No news of a concert or anything. I don't know. Miley always seems to be busy, but it's kind of like doing what? I mean, she did give us 2 albums in the last, 2 years? So, I mean, yeah, and the last album was a visual album with tons of music videos. So, I mean, she is busy, but she's not the busy that we want her to be. She's not going on tour. She's not doing bus, club, another club, another club. I don't know. And it's like, I always complain about artists only going to like 4 cities and forcing us to come to them. But would we be happy with Miley doing that? At least doing that? I feel like, I don't know, from 2016 to 2020, well, maybe not 20, but I guess there was that one time she did, it was the pre-Super Bowl show. Didn't she have a mask on then? Anyway, I feel like she's always doing festivals, especially in South America. And it's like, first of all, how do you know about those? Like, how do you get tickets to those? And second of all, why those? Is it just easier? I mean, she has complained before about touring taking a toll on her, which I get. I'm not saying that it would be easy, but it would be worth it for the fans. Speaking of small, tiny tours, I'm really debating on getting a ticket to the Eternal Sunshine tour. The cheapest ticket is $900 and it's in the back row. This is one that I really need to witness in real life. I've seen Ariana twice. I saw the Dangerous Woman tour and the Sweetener tour. The Sweetener tour, was that the one that was mixed with like the Seven Rings era? What was that? The Thank You Next era? That one I didn't actually have to pay for. I got a ticket from one of my friend's friends, and then she kind of bailed on all of us and wouldn't return anyone's calls. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna pay anyone for this. So I didn't. But the way Eternal Sunshine changed the course of my brain chemistry needs to be studied. And it's not only to hear We Can't Be Friends live, it's to hear Supernatural live. The final chorus. I hope she does some kind of thing where she like floats in the air, kind of like the album cover, you know? I was gonna see if I had the vinyl here, but I don't. Also, I'm sweating very badly. It's not at this house, sorry. It's at a different one. Anyway, so I don't know, unless some financial wins come my way, I don't think I will be. Plus, it's just the thought of buying a resale ticket for that much is annoying. Speaking of, did you guys see that Ticketmaster? So they're in the middle of a lawsuit right now, I think, with the federal government, and messages came out showing executives at Live Nation, which owns Ticketmaster, saying, "I can't believe these idiots are paying this much. I almost feel bad. I can name any price and they'll pay it." Like it's like just further proving our point that they are greedy, greedy, greedy. But it's hard because I don't think anything's gonna happen. I like they might get slapped with a little fine and then they'll move on their day. Like there needs to be another company. I don't understand why StubHub and SeatGeek, like why they can't compete with Ticketmaster at this point because they're pretty big. Speaking of which, my Coachella pass came. I need to send it off to the person who bought it, which I don't get paid till after the festival. Isn't that annoying? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's like, what if something goes wrong with the ticket, but it's out of my control? It's something that would have happened to me, but I could have taken care of it at Coachella. You know what I mean? But now that I'm reselling it to someone else, which I didn't charge a fortune. I think I made maybe $70 on it, which I think is doable. Anyway, what if something goes wrong and they can't fix it because my name's on it? But if I was there, I could fix it because my name was on it, and I don't get paid. Anyway, things to think about. This week I also watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I'll kind of get into that more because there's more to tell, especially with The Bachelorette starting and Taylor's meltdown again that happened with Dakota, which I'm so over that storyline. Totally, I'm done with it. I saw the movie Undertone. I almost didn't go see this because I'm like, it was a Sunday afternoon. I just didn't really want to waste my time on this. It's a scary movie, first of all. And I know the premise is it's like all about sound. So basically, if you're curious, it's about this girl who does podcasting and she has a co-host, but they do everything online. So you never actually see the co-host, you just hear his voice. And I'm like, this guy's voice sounds very attractive and also very familiar. Who is it? And I looked it up. It's Adam DeMarco. He is from White Lotus, probably most famously known for that. He also was in last year's TV show Overcompensating with Benny Blanc. What do I keep calling Benny Blanco? Benito Skinner? Benny Skinner, whatever his name is. He's like the frat boy, but you never see him. You just hear his voice the whole time. So basically, all you see is this girl and then her mom. Her mom is dying upstairs, and she's taking care of her mom while she's on hospice. And their podcast is about scary, scary stuff. And they get this email, and it's like, you guys should check this out. Talk about this on your podcast. Basically, they summon a possession, a demon, if you will. And so basically, you just hear things the whole time, and you see like apparitions and stuff, but I don't know, it just kind of fell flat, especially the ending. I think a lot of people hated the ending. I think the movie went pretty well till the ending. It just, I don't know, it was okay. It was definitely, there was jump scares just because of the sound. But also she would like record at 3 in the morning because her co-host was in London. And 3 in the morning is like the witching hour, which we're all aware. If you've seen Amityville Horror, what is it, 3:15, 3:14 every morning he wakes up at that time and he's possessed. I don't know. This one you can wait till it comes to streaming for sure. I would rather you go to the theaters and see other movies. I saw Hoppers again. I actually must have slept through a lot more of it than I realized because there was like tons of parts I'm like, I remember being awake for this, but I guess maybe I was so tired I didn't remember it. The part that I fell asleep for the most part was one of the funniest. It was with the shark. If you've seen it, you know, you know. Anyway, that's a good movie. I recommend going to see that. I've seen it twice now. Well, maybe once and a half. I also saw the movie Slanted with McKenna Grace, and this movie is triggering because it's about racism. So if you have a hard time with that, this probably isn't the movie for you. But basically, it's a girl from China. Her parents and her moved there to the U.S. when she's like 6 or 7, and then basically she grows up in the school system in the US and she just wants to be like a blonde girl. She just wants to be a blonde American girl. That's like what she dreams of and what she's like, if I was a blonde girl, everything would be perfect in my life. Nothing would go wrong. I would have, I'd be voted prom queen. Like that's her goal, is to be voted prom queen. And then basically she finds this clinic or spa that does this surgery that turns you into a white person. And then basically it's just her having to tell her parents who she really is. They're like, she walks in the house, like, who are you? She has to prove that she's their daughter. Then they're like, why'd you do this? And she's like, because I'm tired of being like invisible. I want to be pretty. I want to be blonde. I want to be taken seriously. I want to be respected. And she kind of just has to learn that that has to come within. Like you have to learn how to love yourself from within. But yeah, there's a lot of racist undertones in the movie, a lot that you wouldn't catch unless you were paying really close attention. I thought it was good. Apparently, some people on Letterboxd had opinions. I didn't really look into it. My friend was just showing me like this long novel someone wrote about it. And I'm like, they're either having a hard time with it being too racist, like it's a white person who's like, it's not like this, like we're not disrespectful, or it's from a person of color who is upset about something. You know what I mean? This movie, I believe you can wait till it comes to streaming to watch it. It is good though. I recommend watching it. It's very fascinating. It's like a dark comedy. So there are funny parts to it, but it is a very serious storyline for sure. Okay, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think it's been out for 2 weeks at this point, right? I finished it last night. I can't even explain to you how much I don't want to see Dakota ever again in my entire life. He's so annoying. And it's like, I wonder how much of it is crew, like the production telling him to do annoying things or convincing him and pressuring him to do annoying things. But it's the same with like Taylor. Like, you don't want to be with him, so why do you care when he hooks up with people? And like, this is all gonna be spoiler alerts, so if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry, but there's a new girl in there called Shania. I don't like how her name is spelled. Shania. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. It should be spelled like Shania Twain. She's all of a sudden there. And apparently she's a very good friend to Miranda, but then she ends up hooking up with Dakota like 2 days after she has a heart to heart with Taylor. Taylor kind of venting and being open with her about the struggles she has with Dakota. It's just so it's annoying. I think we need to get a different storyline. I think especially Dad Talk. Dad Talk, no one wants, none of us want. The only ones we care about thoroughly enjoy Chase's videos. Whenever one pops up, I never scroll on TikTok. I always watch it. He's actually very smart in the way he speaks. You can tell he's of the world. You know, he kind of knows what's going on. He's just very much in tune with the ways of the world right now. And it's kind of refreshing to watch because if you were to see him in real life and you didn't know him on the show, you know, I guess after the season he was on the first time, he really did a character arc for sure. Him and Whitney probably had the biggest character arcs of all. Well, Demi did a complete 180. I mean, I think she's always a mean girl. We just really didn't see it because we were so annoyed with Whitney that we didn't want to believe it. But yeah, Demi was absent most of this season. There was one event that she went to, and then her and Brett did that weird singing thing. Like, what was that about? What was that for something? Was that for themselves? I don't get the point of that. It was very random. Also, I'll say for a show being this big, it's like one of the most popular shows of all time right now. The editing is very lazy. Like, I know no one's gonna catch any of this, but for me, for me, it bugs me. This one specifically. Whenever they do a cutscene and they show like the name of a town that they're currently filming in, it's never that town, just so you know. If you're watching this from out of state or you are in Utah and you don't realize or even care, I care. Like they'll always show like Salt Lake and then they'll show a picture of Saratoga Springs. I'm like, that is not Salt Lake. Or Provo, and it's like Draper. I'm like, that is not Provo. Like why? Plus they're showing like old clips of stuff. Like they're showing a clip of downtown Salt Lake, and it was when two or a couple skyscrapers were being built and they're now complete and they've been finished for 2 years. The one that got me the most though was the last episode when Dakota pulls up and he pulls up right up along the curb and he gets out. It's at Taylor's house and he gets out of the car and they show him getting out of the car to go around to pick up or to get Ever out of the back seat. And there's a car behind him. I'm like, he would have had to pull forward and back up to be parked the way he is with that car behind him. And then it showed like 15 hours before Taylor's flight. Dakota goes in, comes back out 7 or 8 hours later, it's still the same time of day. Like clearly they just did all these shots in one. And then like 5 minutes later, her mom shows up, still the same time and lighting of the day. And it says Taylor's flight leaves in 2 hours. I'm like, this is very lazy editing. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess the turnaround time is quick, which is better, I guess, than waiting. But can you edit a little bit better? I mean, you're Disney. You have Disney money. Can't you edit a little bit better and film a little bit better? I don't know. Those are just some of my grievances. I always wondered why Jesse has stayed with Jordan, one of the most insufferable people I've ever seen in my entire life. Probably as insufferable as Amanda. what's her name? I don't even know her last name. I don't even care. From The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the new cast member, the one that bought Kyle's house, the one that was originally on Selling Sunset, who I posted about when I saw her and said, this is the most insufferable person I've ever seen in my life. She's the one that she wanted Davina to sell her house, but then when Davina was trying to sell her house, she's like, you need to stop bothering me. You need to stop bugging me. Like, you need to give me my space. I'll sell my house when I want to sell my house. Davina's like, but you signed a contract. You wanted me to sell your house, so that's what I'm doing. That's how I feel about Jordan. We found out the last episode that Jesse's prenup could be annulled because it wasn't witnessed. They didn't have a witness watching them sign the prenup. And apparently she's worth quite a bit of money, like multi-millions of dollars, which good for her. I mean, good for her. Also, she sold her house. I don't think we'll have seen it in this season. I think we'll see it in the next season. My thing is, it's probably because it was not in the best area of the valley. Like, it was in Pleasant Grove, but like the surrounding area didn't quite fit with her caliber of richness, of style, you know? But I remember seeing a TikTok of them moving into her new house, and it's a very nice house. Very, very, very nice house. But it looks like every other Utah mommy blogger influencer house. Whitewashed everything. Like barren, very sterile looking, you know. And it's just unfortunate because the house that she lived in and redid was so unique. It was so cool. It felt very like LA, New York apartment. Like it just had character. It had different colors. It had tones. It had, you know, cool lighting fixtures, cool carpet. Like the carpet in her closet was like a, I don't even know if it was a cheetah print or something, but it was cool. So it's very unfortunate that she has gone the route of basic Utah Mormon blogger mom, unfortunately. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But now she's like, well, I might as well just stay in this because he's going to be able to take half my business. My family is a part of the business with me. My dad's co-owner of the business. Yeah, so I understand. I've always wondered why she has stayed this long with him, but I get it now. It makes total sense. Makes total sense. One thing that bugs me, I do love Whitney. She has totally regained my heart, especially from the first season. I hated her the first season. I don't understand this loyalty to Demi. I get why she's frustrated with Jen. I do. And Jen sending Zach to do her dirty work was weird. But I get why Jen is so hesitant to get close to her because of Whitney's friends with Demi and Brett. I don't get that. Those two aren't offering anything significant. They are offering friendship. They aren't offering like trustworthiness, sincereness. They just seem like very mean people who will cling to any kind of fame. I'm wondering what their plan is because she wasn't in hardly any of this season. She refused to do any interviews, and the producers were very shady about that. They'd always like, Demi, what are your thoughts? And they'd pan to the couch and it would just be empty because she declined to interview for anything. I feel like that's when you know that you're kind of in the wrong if you don't dare come and have them ask you questions because you know you can't answer them because you know you're in the wrong. Anyway, I'd be happy if I never saw those two on screen again, to be honest with you. But yeah, when we see Jace and Michaela take a break and split up, which is unfortunate, but it sounds like Michaela's enjoying it from what it looks like in from what they filmed. She's like, I like my alone time, but I also don't like being lonely. Who knows? She doesn't seem too keen. I mean, she has worked on it for sure. We've seen in past seasons, but maybe she just is kind of overwhelmed with it now and needs a break. But she's like, it's not fair to Jace for me to not try and work on this, which makes sense. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But back to Taylor and Dakota's storyline. Like, apparently the cast has refused to film with them anymore because they're so annoying. And just what was it, 2 or 3 days ago, police had been called because of a domestic violence abuse where apparently Taylor scratched Dakota in the car and left a huge mark. And apparently when they got back to the house, it prompted someone to call the police, and then child services was involved. I don't know. And apparently she's engaged. Apparently she's engaged to someone, so maybe she found someone on The Bachelor. But then why are you riding in a car with Dakota? I get they have a child together, but that doesn't mean you have to go places with him. Like, you can have a mutual meetup, you can have a person there to mediate when you exchange the baby and be on your way. You don't need to be together. That's the thing, is they just keep going back to each other. And like, we're done feeling sorry for you. We don't care anymore. It's almost like the Rachel and Ross on Friends. Their storyline is so annoying. I'm sorry, I love that show, but after so many seasons, we're done. Like, It's over. We're tired of it. It's the same old thing over and over and over again. And the fact that Rachel chooses him over going to Paris to work for Louis Vuitton will always be annoying. It will always be annoying to the very end. That's kind of what it's like with this. It's the same. I don't know. I don't know. The very last scene when he's like, "Save me a rose." Give me a break. Like really? I don't know. But apparently Cinnabon has severed ties with Taylor Frankie Paul. I didn't know they were partnered together, but they're like our values do not align with our client right at the moment, so we've decided to drop them. I think that needs to happen. I think she needs to start losing fame and money and endorsements for her to realize like, oh, like this is jeopardizing my income now. But as of up to now, she's thrived on controversy and scandal and her outbursts. So in her mind, she's like, well, this is how I make money. This is how, that's all speculation. But I mean, it seems to be what she thrives on. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they continue on with the Dakota and Taylor storyline, they're going to start losing followers and they're going to start losing viewers. The show's going to decline. I mean, the girls have stated they're done filming with her if this continues. So I mean, once you start losing cast members, the show just like it just doesn't hold up. It won't hold up. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Doja Cat is on the cover of Vogue, the April edition, and I'm wondering why. She doesn't have anything coming out. Her tour starts soon, I guess, which I do want tickets to that. She's coming in October, I think, to Utah. So I have to support because I always complain about artists not coming to Utah. And like if one that I like comes to Utah and I don't go, I mean I don't know, that's kind of shady of me. So plus I love this album, so why wouldn't I go? So she's probably promoting the tour, and I think she's going to the Met. I think I saw her on the guest list, but she also opened up. I think it was on TikTok. How she has borderline personality disorder. Now she's struggling with that, which makes a lot of sense. She said, all my life I've pretended to like things that I don't, to pretend to be happy, to pretend that I don't like things that I actually do like, and now I'm struggling with borderline personality disorder. So that's big. I mean, that's a very big thing to come out with, but I also think when big name people or even just ordinary people talk about their struggles and stuff, it really opens up for other people to be vulnerable and be like, oh, I'm actually also struggling with that. And I wondered what it was. And now I kind of have an inkling. And so, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, but it's also like that sucks for her. I mean, but she's obviously been able to manage it well and handle it well. Maybe it's just kind of overwhelming now because she's obviously very successful and good at what she does. But it seems that maybe it's starting to take a toll on her, and that's why she's opened up about it. But yeah, I think it's very brave and wonderful when people open up about stuff like that because people do treat you differently, when you have some kind of disorder or condition or something, So hopefully she's getting the help that she needs and she can make it through touring. I know touring can stress a lot of people out, so hopefully she has a plan in place to not get burned out. Speaking of the Met, the guest list has been revealed, or some of it at least. I have yet to see Katy Perry's name on there. I really, really hope that she goes because she has been rumored to be doing something. Has been tweeting a lot lately and saying, "I can't wait to share what I've been working on with you guys later this year." We've seen behind the scenes of her music video, which looks very high budget. I don't think it's her, but there's a scene of someone being lit on fire, and I mean, it makes sense because the rumor is the new song is called "Watch It Burn," which is a pretty solid rumor because they've seen in the songwriters whatever it's been submitted to that, and it's called "Watch It Burn," so it would make sense. Plus, the very end of Band-Aid's music video, the I think she lights up a cigarette. I think that's what it is, and then it blows up the gas station while Woman's World is playing. So the premise people are thinking is that it's going to be like watch she's going to burn everything of her old life and just kind of start new type thing. A lot of people don't like her, which it's hard on my heart, but I think a lot of people agree she does a very good job at the Met Gala. Like she is camp, she is high fashion, she is glam, like she does it so well every year. So this would be perfect. I just wish she would go back to her old like promoting ways, and plus, she looks good. She looks amazing. Can you imagine her and Justin Trudeau on the red carpet together? I would be so happy. My heart would be so full of gratitude. But speaking of that, it's the same weekend or whatever as Devil Wears Prada comes out, and I was able to score a ticket to, it's like a collector's, not a collector's, like it's like a bundle ticket. So I got my ticket. I also get a free, I think it's a charm, one other thing, and then the Runway magazine. It's like a mock-up of the magazine in Devil Wears Prada, which if you are aware, I love magazines. If you are unaware, I love magazines. And then also the purse is not just an AMC exclusive. You can get it at Cinemark, I think Regal Cinemas, AMC, and one other big chain. I'm just so excited. So trust I will be sat Thursday, April 30th in the theater with all my stuff, and I will be so happy. I'm so excited for this movie. The line where Emily says, "May the bridges I burn light the way," or "light my way," or something. What an iconic line. Martha Stewart, she is just a busy, busy woman. She has a Funko Pop coming out, and I need that desperately. I would love it. I would love to put it next to my Funko Pop right here because it'd be me and Martha together at last. Also, I think I talked about her book. Her book comes out May 2nd, sometime in May. So the same weekend. It's the same weekend as the Met and Devil Wears Prada. It's a big weekend for me. Also coming out in May, this will be the following week of the Met, I think, or that weekend, is the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. Billie Eilish and James Cameron have teamed up for a concert film. I'm curious how it'll do. With James's name attached to it, it'll probably do really well. I don't know if it'll do better than the Eras Tour movie, and I'm not sure if it's just the concert like the Eras Tour was, or if it's like Justin Bieber's and Katy Perry's and who else has done one where it's and Ariana Grande's done one where it's like they show clips of the concert and then they go back like behind the scenes, like get backstage of them getting ready or going to the next destination, you know. I like those better. I like those better than just one long concert film, if I'm being honest with you. It says accompanying 3D concert film documenting the Manchester shows and co-directed by Billie Eilish and James Cameron. So it is just going to be a concert film. I'm curious, like what James is bringing to it that's going to be different than any other director. You know what I mean? Speaking of, apparently the guy that filmed the Lifetime's tour, Katy Perry's tour, released a snippet on his Instagram hinting that the Lifetime's tour documentary will be coming soon, or is in the works, or is a thing. Like we weren't even really sure if it was happening. Apparently they filmed at the Paris show, so that should be interesting. But now on the clips of this, it's showing behind the scenes stuff of Hit Me Hard and Soft. So I'm hoping it's both. I really hope. I love when you get like, kind of a glimpse behind the scenes of a huge tour like this. I didn't hate this album, for sure. I didn't. It was very good, I think. In my opinion, it wasn't as good as people thought it was. I mean, people were very, very upset when it didn't win Album of the Year or like any Grammys or anything. I'll always say my favorite one is Happier Than Ever. That album to me is extremely good. And there's a new Minions movie coming out. I don't know if they're going to try and make it like a Halloween type one, but it's called Minions and Monsters. Interesting. Comes out this year. It says the minions go on a journey to find frightening creatures to appear in their monster movie. Expected July 1st. So why are we just hearing about the cast? Did they just release it? I'm confused. Excited, but confused. Is it a... I can't tell if it's going to be a theater movie or go to streaming. But I wanted to show you some of the cast that's in it. We have Christoph Waltz, who I love. Also, if you have not seen the movie Big Eyes with Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz is in it, it's directed by Tim Burton. And it's a true story. It's based on a true story. It is very good. I highly recommend it. It's about an artist who her husband takes all the credit for her art, and her thing is really big eyes while she paints portraits and people and stuff. But he takes all the credit for it, and then at the end tries to claim that he is the sole owner and creator of this art collection type thing because he wants money. It's very good. I recommend watching it. And Christoph Waltz, Bobby Moynihan, he was from SNL. I'm pretty sure that was like what he's most known for. Yeah, Saturday Night Live, 2008, 2022. He was on it for that 195 episodes. That is crazy. Yeah, he's not on it anymore, I guess. We got Zoe. Is it Deutsch? Zoe Deutsch or Zoe Dutch? I think it's Deutsch. How you spell it? Should we find out? How do you pronounce Zoe? Deutch. Okay, Zoe is pronounced Zoe. Okay, Deutsch pronounced exactly like the word. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, okay, I was right. So you pronounce it like Doytch. Zoe Deutsch. It's kind of one of those words that seems like you're saying it pretentiously, like data or data. I say data. You know what I mean? It's like one of those, it's like either or, but when you say it, you feel weird either way. Anyway, I love Zoe Deutch. Her scene on Zombieland 2 when they're running away from the zombies, and she's like, "Don't you worry, guys. They're much more afraid of us than we are of them." She just plays like the dumb blonde character. I love her. One of my favorite actors of all time, Allison Janney, is in it. She is hilarious. If you have not watched Mom, I implore you. That show is so good. It's such a good show, just like a relaxing show or a show to have on in the background or to fall asleep to. It is just a comforting show that I love so much. Jeff Bridges, who I love, he famously in my household voiced the character of Big Z on Surf's Up. I think Surf's Up is one of the greatest animated slash just any movie ever. It is such a good movie. Jesse Eisenberg, aka Mark Zuckerberg. That's a really good cast. I'm excited. I'm curious. Like, why is this the first time I've heard of it? Was this like a last minute thing they decided to do, and it's gonna be no only in theaters July 1st? I remember seeing the first Minions in theaters. That's so crazy. That was so long ago. That was so long ago. Weird. I also remember seeing Despicable Me 2 in theaters around the same time. They love a July release. I've noticed that. They love a July movie release. And I wonder, is that a good time to release movies? You know, because there's sometimes that like what is it, Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend is notoriously bad to release movies because people don't go for some reason. Probably because they're on vacation or camping. But yeah, I am excited for that. Also, we have new cast members for The White Lotus. Okay, we have an update. So, we obviously know Alexander Ludwig, the guy from Hunger Games. AJ Mashaka from Ali and AJ. Steve Coogan, what is he from? Oh, he's from Despicable Me. I'm sure he does more than that, but who's this? Caleb Jonte Edwards? I don't know who that is. Let's find out. Caleb Jonte, he's very attractive. So he's known for The White Lotus. He hasn't even been in it yet. Black Snow, it's a TV series. I've never heard of that. And The Man and the Woman, a short film. He's only been in 2 things. That is very interesting. Okay, so we know basically nothing about this guy, but he must be pretty good if they cast him in White Lotus. But Black Snow, this is what he's known for, I guess. Stan original series. What is Stan? Streaming on Acorn TV and AMC. I don't know what Acorn TV is. There's a lot of streaming services out there right now. Oh, we gotta talk about the Oscars. It's on my list. Don't worry. Don't worry. I didn't forget, but I just remembered. Helena Bonham Carter. So now someone said we're missing a certain diva of a certain age to really boost this cast. Like, I'm not really thoroughly impressed, but I forgot she's in it, and I think she would do well. I think she'd do what, but I get what they're saying. They need someone else. They need like some just staple token actor diva that everyone loves to really kind of get the show, like the buzz going. Marissa Long, I don't know who that is. Chris Messina, I don't know who that is. He was in Argo and Away We Go. Don't know anything about him. Sandra Bernhard. Oh, she's in Marty Supreme. I forgot about that. I'm just trying to see who. I'm going to be honest, a lot of these people I don't know, but I think that seems to be the thing of White Lotus. Oh, this is the one. Max Greenfield, aka Schmidt from New Girl, will be on it. I'm very excited. I hope he's like, well, kind of not really, because he plays that character a lot, like a rich, like a Wall Street type person. I kind of hope he has a cool storyline and it's different from what he's done. Now, Charlie Hall, he was in Sex Lives of College Girls. I always want to say Sex Lives of Mormon Wives. That's 2 shows merging into one. He is Julia Louis-Dreyfus's son, and I actually think he does well in whatever he's in. Kumail Nanjiani, who we all love from, what was he from? Was that one show about his wife dying, right? And then he got really in shape and played in Eternals. Love him. Yeah, I think that's it for people that we really know. They've got to start filming soon, right? Like how long does it take to cast all these people? I was just thinking about this too. This is like a TV show that is kind of like a legacy TV show. Like once you're in it, you're known for, I don't know, just like a cool story, like not just like a basic regular role. You most likely have a role that's significant and kind of puts you out in the acting sphere as being a good actor because you're on the show. At least to me, that's what I think. Okay, the Oscars. So back to my intro, Timothée Chalamet did not win. And I feel like he should have won for White Lotus. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Conan did a great job. Apparently, people don't like him. They're bugged by him, which I don't. I don't get that. I think he's funny. Like he is very. I don't know if they just don't really know him on a personal level like I do. No, but like just know enough about him because I listen to his podcast a lot, and he's like genuinely a good person. Very like humble. He never likes to like really brag about himself even though he's achieved a lot. I mean, he went to Harvard. I would probably brag about that a lot if I went to Harvard. And just what he's done in his career and everything, he's pretty humble about it. But every guest that goes on his show, he's so kind to, and they always have something good to say about him. So I think it's just one of those things like you don't know much about him to really understand and appreciate his wit and his funny and his I don't know, just his jokes. Okay, so the winner for actor in a leading role went to Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and he went to In-N-Out Burger afterwards to celebrate, and someone was like, "Look how humble he is." Instead of going to a ritzy, glamorous party, he goes to In-N-Out and celebrates with his fans, and he's like literally sitting at a table, like posing and taking pictures, and like someone's like, "There's nothing humble about this." Going to a fast food restaurant and showing off your award to a bunch of people who probably are struggling financially is not really a humble brag. I kind of get what they were going for, but at the same time, it's like, no, you, like he was. It's not like he was there just there. He was there with his trophy, standing at the counter, posing and taking pictures and signing autographs and stuff. I'm like, this is not a humble brag. But I mean, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you if you won an Oscar? Wouldn't you do it? Timothy did not win. He was up for Marty Supreme in that one. Marty Supreme didn't win anything. And in my opinion, it's because it was the same storyline as Uncut Gems. So I think they're like, we've seen this before. It's the same thing. A lot of people probably say it's because of his comments about the opera and ballet. That really riled a lot of people up. Some people are like, it's not that deep. Some people are like, it's how dare you degrade other arts and everything. I'm kind of like, I, it's one of those things I'm like, I really don't care. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the college admissions scandal. To me, like that was blown way out of proportion. And this just seems, I don't know, it doesn't seem as serious as what people are making it out to be. Apparently it did. Leonardo DiCaprio was also nominated, Ethan Hawke and Wagner Moura. I started watching one battle after another last night, and I got probably 30-ish minutes in and I fell asleep, so I need to keep watching it. It's almost a 3-hour movie. Actor in a supporting role, the winner was Sean Penn, who, I guess from seeing the movie he was in, one battle after another, like I'm not upset that he won. What bugs me, and I've said this for a long, long time, and I don't know where he was. Apparently, he's very involved in the Ukraine situation, so maybe he was off doing good. I think if celebrities are not there in person to receive their award, they should be disqualified because it's not fair. It really isn't fair for everyone else to show up and you not, and you win. Like, it just doesn't sit right with me, especially when the presenters are like, I would like to accept this award on his behalf. No, no, that's not how it works. Like, I get it. Maybe if it's like a Kids' Choice Awards. This is the Oscars. This is the creme de la creme of award shows. This is the award show. It's interesting that you don't show up and you still win. Doesn't sit right with me. I think it should have went to Jacob Elordi, in my opinion, Frankenstein. Also, Benicio del Toro was nominated in same movie as Sean Penn. Delroy Lindo for Sinners, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I love that movie, but I don't think that he should have been nominated for that. Like, he did good, but it I don't know. Okay, so this one I thought was interesting as well. This one, she's won pretty much every major award for this role this year. So it doesn't surprise me, but Jessie Buckley won for Hamlet, and it's kind of like polar opposites. Like her movie The Bride is doing horribly, like people do not like it at all, but then she's winning awards, like major awards for her other movie. I have not seen Hamnet. I don't really care to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't like that time period. I can't get into it. Plus, I don't think I'd be able to understand what they were saying with their English accents. Maybe they don't have English accents and I'm just stereotyping, but I have no interest in seeing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But people were saying that Rose Byrne should have won for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard her performance and that was amazing. Kate Hudson was there. Her dress was stunning. I loved Kate Hudson's dress. She was there for Song Sung Blue. Renata Rensiv for Sentimental Value. She did pretty good. That's the one with Stellan Skarsgård. And Emma Stone for Begonia. Now, Emma Stone did a very good job. I did not like that movie. I don't like Yorgos Lanthimos movies apparently because I just was so uninteresting to me. And maybe there's a deeper meaning to it that I'm not seeing, but people love this movie, and I just did not. I did not like this movie. All right, actress in a supporting role. Apparently, she has won 40 awards for this role, and I think that is so awesome. But Amy Madigan for Weapons, she played Gladys, the scary evil witch, which I love. I think that's so amazing. She's 75 and she won her first Oscar. Other people in this category were Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Thought she did well in that. Inga Isporta for Sentimental Value. They really liked that movie, didn't they? Unmi Masaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Teyana Taylor, I think she did well, but her running was. Why did she run like this? Every time she'd be in a running scene, she's running like this with her arms up there. I'm like, put your arms down. Like, you can calm down. It's okay. Animated feature film was K-pop Demon Hunters. Are we surprised? Others in this category were Zootopia 2, which I'm surprised I didn't win for how popular it's been. But K-pop Demon Hunters was extremely popular. But I felt like that came out 2 years ago, right? I don't understand how they get around all these rules. It's like when Billie Eilish's one of her songs was nominated for a Grammy this year for her album that was nominated for Grammy last year. Elio, I didn't see that one. Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Arco. So, oh, Natalie Portman was in Arco. Had no idea. I didn't know what Arco was until now. Casting. This is the first time they've done casting as a category, but One Battle After Another won for that one. Others in this category were Sinners, The Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, Hamnet. Cinematography, Sinners won for cinematography. I think Frankenstein should have won for that, to be honest with you. Costume design, this one was very well deserved. It was Frankenstein. If you have not seen it and you've seen the costumes in it, absolutely remarkable. Like, just stunning, like unbelievable work. So to Kate Hawley, that's who won. That I completely agree with that. Directing went to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, aka Maya Rudolph's husband or fiance or partner or whatever. Others in this category were Sinners, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. Those are the big ones, I think. I think makeup and hair, yeah, went to Frankenstein as well. Which they said that Jacob Elordi sat in that chair for over 400 hours in hair and makeup. That's patience. That is complete patience. But he seems like the person that could do that. You know, he's like not on social media. He likes to read. So I think he's just used to like sitting in silence and just being present, you know? So I think for someone, he just seems like a gentle giant, like Jacob Elordi, which is interesting because his character in Euphoria is not. So, but he just seems very calm, you know, very just like a big teddy bear type person. This one I thought was interesting. I didn't even know her name. I just know her from the Coldplay concert lady. Kristen Kaboot. She was the lady involved in the Coldplay scandal last year. She has been interviewed by Oprah. Apparently that's the only interview she's going to do or has done or will do. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's on Oprah's podcast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's trying to smooth out her name or what, but she's definitely got the brunt of the hate in this, I think, which is not shocking. That's usually what happens to the women. So Quiet Place Part 3 is coming out, which I guess is A Quiet Place Day 1, like its own thing, its own standalone thing. But apparently it's coming out July 30th, 2027. And Cillian Murphy has joined the cast. So he's kind of been busy lately. He's in the, what is it, 28 Years Later franchise. It's still up in the air if the final movie of that is going to be released because I guess the Bone Temple didn't do as well as they wanted it to. But I feel like with his name attached to it, it will do well because people seem to like him genuinely. So I think they should go ahead and make it at this point. Like, you've already done 2 movies. Why not just do one more? David Zaslav, he is the CEO of Warner Brothers. Apparently his severance package is kind of ridiculous. Okay, it says Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav will receive $887 million in payments tied to WB Paramount merger. $34.2 million severance cash. That's just cash. $517.2 million in unvested equity awards. I'm guessing that's like, would that be stock? That kind of thing. $335.4 million in tax reimbursement. How does that even work? Because wouldn't they just tax you on the tax reimbursement? And then 44,195 in continued health coverage benefits. But in the meantime, like 1,000 or so people are getting laid off from Paramount and from Warner Brothers. So it's like, how do you feel good about yourself doing that? It's clear he wanted to sell the company for his own. Like he didn't. He felt like he couldn't take the company where it needed to be because it's been bought and sold so many times and used for cash and put in so much debt that he's like, I don't even want to deal with this, so I'm just gonna sell it. I don't know. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to be given to someone when you're laying off tons and tons of people. Speaking of CEOs, Bob Iger's last day was yesterday, as of this recording. I want to know what Bob Iger's salary. He is someone that should be paid a lot of money because he's very, very good at his job. I'm just kind of curious. Disney CEO Bob Iger's total compensation for fiscal year 2025 was 45.8 million, an 11.5% increase from the previous year. This package includes a $1 million base salary, $21 million in stock awards, $14 million in options, and $7.25 million in cash bonus, reflecting his continued leadership through 2026. Yeah, that's a lot. I guess security too includes $1.8 million for security and $568,000 for personal air travel. That's a lot of money. His net worth is a lot. Bob Iger net worth is like 600 million or whatever. 700 million now. But yeah, I was going to show you some of the things that he's been a part of since he has been in charge of Disney. He's actually come back once because the company was doing so bad under Bob Chapek's rule. It says he himself, while he was in charge, acquired Marvel, ESPN, Pixar, and Fox, and Lucasfilm. So 5 giant companies, like huge, well-respected companies. He oversaw the creation of Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios in Florida. He oversaw the launch of Pandora, the Avatar world in Animal Kingdom. He oversaw the launch of Guardians of the Galaxy, Galaxy's Edge, not Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland and in Hollywood Studios. He oversaw the overhaul of Avengers Land and Cars, which Cars Land is probably one of the favorites of everybody's, I would say. Definitely my favorite. Oversaw the reimagining of Epcot. Not sure what he really did there, but the development of Shanghai Disney, the launch of Disney Plus and all the original content, which struggled there for a while and still might be struggling, and then expanded the Disney Cruise Line by 6 more ships. So he is a busy man. And to think that he started out as like a production assistant at ABC when ABC was a tiny little local company. But yeah, that's kind of like it's almost like a rags to riches story. I don't think he grew up like extremely poor, but he was definitely not well off. And his dad was an alcoholic, and he talks about that in his book. His book, you guys, is actually very fascinating. I would highly recommend it. It's called The Ride of a Lifetime. And he just describes and explains how he got to where he was, the reasons he chooses certain deals, how he does deals. It was very interesting. Like it wasn't a boring CEO book. It was one that keeps you enthralled the entire time. Universal Studios is apparently expanding their theater run. Apparently it's like a 5-week course. Unless the movie's doing well, then obviously they just keep extending it. But it's going to be from 5 weeks now to 7 weeks. I'm wondering if this is like a test run, but starting in July. I think it's July. They're going to be doing 7 weeks instead of 5. Maybe they think that it'll give people more chance to hear word of mouth, like good reviews of movies, and then go that way versus trying to do commercials and ads and whatever on TikTok and all that stuff. That's good. That's good. I think that'll be good for everyone, honestly, because there are some movies that go to theaters and they're done like so quickly. Family Guy has a new spin-off. I wonder how this one will do because it was the Quagmire show. It was the Cleveland show, only lasted a few seasons. This one is about Stewie, and it has been greenlit for 2 seasons. I think it comes out in 2027. So that is 2027 to 2028. So that's exciting. I feel like Stewie's probably one of the more interesting characters of Family Guy, so I'm sure it'll do well. The other spin-off shows don't seem to do as well. Family Guy seems to be the solid staple that people love, and I don't know, I don't know how they keep coming up with ideas, honestly. Olivia Rodrigo is starting to tease her new era. She has a wall she keeps painting in LA. It was like the signature purple with the OR logo on it. Now it's like turning into a pink color, so people are thinking she's going more pink this time, which is interesting because Megan Maroney went from blue to pink for her newest album. Still really no word on if she's releasing anything soon, but I mean that's a clear indication that something is happening, something's in the works. Some random guy proposed to Kiki Palmer. She was doing like a press tour thing. I'm guessing it's for her. Doesn't she have a movie? Yeah, she has a movie coming out with who is the lady in it? Demi Moore. It looks very out there, very bizarre, but I'm super excited. I'm guessing she's doing promotion for that, but some guy ran up to the stage and was like, please marry me. She's like, I can't marry you. I don't know you. I love her. I think it'd be fun to hang out with her just for a day and just see what she's like. I think she'd be a good time. Like all the time, you know what I mean? Zara Larson has hinted that there's maybe she said it was a for sure thing that a deluxe album of Midnight Sun is coming out, and it's rumored that Ariana Grande is going to be on it. If so, I will be a very, very happy boy. I hope she does like. I hope it's not Midnight Sun. I like Midnight Sun, not as much as my friends do, but I hope it's like Pretty Ugly. I hope it's for that song, or I hope it's for like Beautiful, Hot, Fly, and Sexy, that song. I just hope it happens in general. So let's see if that happens. This one has fans up in a tizzy. I don't know really anything about the show. I do know it's popular and people love it because they talk about it a lot. It is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So that was greenlit and apparently it has been shut down. Like they just completely stopped. And Sarah Michelle Gellar did not hold back on why. She said there was an executive who was in charge of our division or something. And she said that he made it very, very clear he was not a fan of the show. He didn't like the show. He didn't want the show to go on. And she said so it was hard to keep morale up. It was hard to keep him like interested in making the spin-off or the sequel, whatever it is. And he just decided to cancel it. So she basically threw him under the bus, which she should, because how annoying. Like, even if you don't like something, you have to be good enough and not have a huge enough ego to be like, this is very popular. I don't like it, but this so many other people love it. So I have to think that way and be like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to do well. You know what I mean? It's like people in positions like that should not be in positions like that because you can't just go off based off what you like. You have to be willing to take chances and risks and see the vision of other people. Apparently he did not. So Demi, I don't know if this is actually true or if it was AI made, but Demi is supposedly releasing a 10-year anniversary of Tell Me You Love Me, which includes 3 new songs. I hope that's true. This album was very, very good, and I think people loved it a lot. It's unfortunate that it was the timing that it was because right after that she went to rehab, so it didn't really get the justice that it deserved. But I think all the songs are pretty solid on it. This one's also a very loose rumor. Elon Musk apparently wants to create a real life Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whatever you want to call it. If that's the case, I'll go. I wouldn't that be so cool to see a dinosaur, even if it was like brought back to life from some old DNA? I would go. I think it would be very, very fascinating. Probably don't put it on an island. I mean, I guess you probably have to keep the animals contained. Yeah, I would go to Jurassic Park. This one is also a loose rumor. It is saying that Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians in general, have reached out to Britney Spears to kind of take her under their wing and kind of get her back on track. They say that she might be a part of the show. I'm guessing maybe a couple episodes or something, but just so like she has like some exposure, so the public sees that she's doing well, but she also just needs some guidance, you know? Because obviously we talked about last week how she um got a DUI, was arrested. I don't know. It's just unfortunate. I mean, Kim was friends with her, so she genuinely has a good heart when it comes to her. She has a good heart in general, but when it comes to her, I think she has a soft spot just because she knows her on a personal level. Yeah, I hope they can not necessarily get her help, but just show her some compassion, you know? Show her some mercy, some tenderheartedness, just some kindness, because I don't think she gets that a lot anymore. This one I probably should have bundled it in with the White Lotus thing, but I want Ali Larter to be on White Lotus. If you're wondering who that is, her probably most prominent role is Brooke Wyndham from Legally Blonde. She's the one that's going to prison for supposedly killing her husband. She was also in Obsessed with Beyonce, that I think is a Tyler Perry movie. Pretty sure it's Tyler Perry, where she becomes obsessed. I think Idris Elba's in it too. Anyway, she becomes obsessed with Beyonce's husband, and it is a thrilling movie. I loved it. I remember watching it when we were young, and we'd all quote it. You came in my house, you touched my child. Yeah, she did such a good job on that. And then you didn't really see her for a while, but now she's back in Landman, and she is playing another character who is just kind of not just like not just a boring regular character. Witty, she's funny, she's crazy. So that is the diva that we need in White Lotus. I'm saying right now, Ali Larder, please join the cast of White Lotus. Please get a hold of Mike White. Demand that you have to be in this show, and I think it would do well. I think people would love to see you in it. I would. I would love to see you in it. All right, Christine Quinn. She is returning to Selling Sunset. She was on it for the first couple of seasons. She was known as like the villain type. Then she married that guy, and he was super rich. And then a few years later, he was, I don't know if he was arrested. Maybe he was arrested for domestic violence charges. So she obviously divorced him. I'm pretty sure she divorced him. So now I'm thinking that she needs money again. That's why she's coming back, because she said she'd never come back. Which is, you never say never, because, you always say that, but I'm back at the job that I was at for, I've been back 2 or 3 times now. I think this is my fourth. Never say never, because you just never know what's going to happen in the future. But also, Chelsea has been fired supposedly from the show. I wonder, I don't know why, because I think she brought a lot of drama to the show. So I'm curious why they would get rid of her. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, and the last thing we'll end on, last thing we'll end on is Lollapalooza lineup. And I have thought this myself, but it's become more known because I think they just had a Lollapalooza in South America because Sabrina Carpenter headlined that. But someone's like, is it just me, or is Lollapalooza like happens several times a year? That's how I feel about Paris Fashion Week. So I feel like a lot of things are always like every other weekend. But the main people in this lineup: Charlie XCX, Tate McRae, Olivia Dean, John Summit, Jenny, the Smashing Pumpkins, and the XX. Also in this, who are the XX? I've never heard of them before. Also in this, oh, Trixie Mattel is DJing. That'll be fun. Major Lazer, Youngblood. There's a lot on this list, you guys. Tons and tons of people. Where is it? I'm pretty sure Zara Larson's in here somewhere. Let me find it. Let me find it. You guys, when I tell you there's a trillion people in this lineup, I'm not even joking. Slater is in it. Her album comes out this week. When you're listening to this, it comes out on Friday. And I have liked every single single she has, every single single that she has released. So that's good. I mean, she's released 5, I think. Beat Up Chanel's, Dance, Old Technology. There's one I'm missing. There's one that I'm missing. Anyway, I've liked them all. Maybe I misheard, but I am pretty sure that Zara Larsson is not a headliner, but she's going to be in this. This is so annoying. The Chainsmokers, their name is so small now. That's crazy, because 2017, 16, they would have been the main headliner. Oh, Adele's going too. I'm seeing Adele. She's opening for Demi Lovato, and her music's very good too. But yes, Zara Larsson is confirmed to perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago's Grant Park, which runs from July 30th to August 2nd. Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. Should we do some box office numbers? Okay, so last week the number one movie at the movie theater was Hoppers with 28.7 million. Then it was Reminders of Him, that's the Colleen Hoover movie, 18 million. Undertone, that was that scary movie I was telling you about, 9 million. Scream 7, 8.5 million. And Goat was 4.7 million. That Goat movie's doing pretty well, I gotta say. Now we must look up Billboard. Okay, we got number 5 is Ordinary by Alex Warren. That one can please leave. Oh my gosh, Stateside is almost number 5. It's almost in the top 5. That'll be Zara Larsson's, I think, highest charting song. Maybe not. Maybe Symphony was. Number 4 is American Girls, Harry Styles. Number 3 is I Just Might, Bruno Mars. Last week was number 1. This week's number 3. Apparently he liked a post shading Taylor Swift, and people found out about it. And people are not happy about it. So I agree. He released a statement, but it was very PR-y. Number 2 is Man I Need by Olivia Dean, and number 1 is Choosing Texas by Ella Langley. It's been on the list for 21 weeks. Its peak was is 1, and it was number 2 last week, so must be pretty good. Opalite is number 10. It's leaving. Fate of Ophelia is number 8. Aperture. How is that song on here? I'm sorry, you guys. That song is so boring. I'm sorry. It's just very boring. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. If you would like to, I would appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe. Like the video. Leave a comment. Tell me who you would like to see in White Lotus. I'm kind of curious. My pick is Ali Larder. I think she'd be a fantastic addition. Yeah, other than that, have a great week. It's getting warmer, you guys. I love this time of year. There's just like hope in the air. It makes me so happy. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will talk to you next week. And scene.